You've lived in a bunch of places. We actually talked about your favorite place to live on a previous episode. That was our second episode that we ever recorded. That was about 2 years ago almost, year and a half. But we never talked about where was your favorite place to vacation? Where was your favorite place just to visit and not live? So that's what I want to talk about on this episode.
Okay. Um, Probably Greece. Um, we're talking foreign countries. If we're talking states, I'm not sure. We didn't live too much in the states because we were always moving. When you were with us, just think of how many places you've been. Hawaii would probably be a place because now that's where we vacation. We just came back from Maui, but as you know, we lived there for 5 years. So that one's kind of mixed. I live there, but now we go there for vacations. In fact, that's probably the only place we go is there in Phoenix. But I was in Greece back in probably 74, 75. And at that time, um, I was in Italy. And I might have the dates wrong. That's a long time ago, but it was in the 70s. And they sent me there for 6 months, and they were closing down the base. So it was kind of like a vacation because it wasn't really work. For me, at that time, I was working in real estate, and um, I really enjoyed what I was doing, and it was almost not like a job. And I did stay there for like I think a week on my own, and I was by myself at this time. I never liked Greek salad until I went to Greece, and we were there with a team, and this colonel told me to try the salad. And I said I didn't eat Greek salad, and then the whole table turned against me, and so I had to taste the salad. So once I tasted the salad, it was so good. I don't think I ate anything else that night other than that Greek salad. So, um, and then we went to Crete, which is an island, which is off of Greece. And I went to the beach there, and I really liked it because the water was really clear. The beaches were clean. All the people were brown. I didn't see anybody else but brown people there. Um, but it was really nice, and that was when I was by myself. But then there was a time that I went with your mother. We went there on a tour, and of course we saw all the Greek historical markers. Um, I never ran into the basketball player. Uh, I can't even think of his name now. You know who I'm talking about? The Greek
Uh,
freak?
yeah, Giannis.
Yeah, yeah. That's didn't see him on the streets because him and his brothers used to sell stuff. But for Ezra, Giannis is probably the best basketball player in the NBA right now, and this is 2024. And they called him the Greek freak. So just making a joke that, you know, I didn't see him in the streets. But there were a lot of Africans that were, there in Greece, and they were selling stuff on the streets. A lot of them were laborers. I did notice that. That was kind of unusual for me because I never saw those guys in postcards. So it was kind of a unusual thing, that when you see postcards and then when you go there, you see all kinds of things like Coca-Cola cans laying in the street and, debris all over the place. You see that, but you see that in any big city, anywhere in the world. But when we went there on tour, we enjoyed it. The weather's really good there, and the sun's always out, um, and the food is good. Food is really good. Greek food is good. So there, and I did live in Spain, but again, I visited Spain again, and I really enjoyed that. Me and your mother went there. This is a story for Ezra. We went to, I think it was Seville, and that's where they make the Marine Corps swords. So if you see a Marine in his Marine dress, the Marines are big on swords. I'm sure when Ezra grows up, they will still be doing that because, that's kind of a tradition that goes way back from the beginning. So for them, the sword, the saber is very sacred. So if you talk to Marine about the swords, they'll tell you the whole story of a sword. We actually went to the factory where they made the swords, and that was kind of my highlight of Spain. I saw the house that John Wayne lived in. John Wayne was a Western cowboy. Ezra, if you get a chance, you could just go back and look and see who John Wayne was. Very famous actor, but probably by the time that you're older, you might not see too much of him. But if you're watching Westerns, you're going to run into John Wayne. So I saw his house, and the house was built to design. The architect of the house was a stagecoach. And the silhouette of the house was a stagecoach, and the windows were round. So that was kind of unique. But also, that's where Clint Eastwood made his spaghetti cowboys, the movies. That
Yeah.
was, interesting to know. I didn't see Clint Eastwood or any of the cowboys there, but I do know that they made them in Spain. So that was interesting. But I mean, the typical tourist trap places, we always go there. Um, Ezra's grandmother and myself, we always go to those places and we see all the famous landmark museums and that sort of stuff. So that was pretty neat. But Hawaii seems to be the place that we go to now. As I mentioned to you earlier, that we just came back from Hawaii about, I guess, 3 months ago. Uh, I lose track of time. I can't remember things anymore. I'm 77 years old, so things just drift away from me every now and then. But we went to Maui, and your mother loves Hawaii. I think it's okay. Um, I don't mind visiting there. There's probably no other state that I go to other than Arizona and California recently. Um, I also want to go to Pennsylvania within the next year to visit and vacation. Probably this summer, maybe, or fall, but that's where most of the Vactors live. And I hope to take some video and, run into all of our relatives so that Ezra will be able to go back and say, well, okay, this is where my relatives are, the majority of them. Some are in Washington, D.C., some are in Ohio, but the majority are in Erie, Pennsylvania. So I want to do that. But other than that, because we were in the military and we moved about every 2 years, every assignment was a vacation because we would go to different countries and different places. And most Americans don't go to those kinds of places or get to see that in their lifetime. You, for example, I don't think you remember a whole lot about Holland, but Holland is a great place to go and visit. So Ezra grows up, that's one of the places he needs to go to because, we lived there for 2 years, and that's kind of where you began to understand what was going on in the world. You were about 4 or 5 years old. So, you know, those those are probably it. Like I said, we've been all over the world, and we've been over the world 3 or 4 times. We've been in different countries and lived there 3 or 4 times. So vacation was mostly it was within that country. So to say that we go on vacations, we really don't do that. But now, like I said, we go to Arizona, we go to California. That's about it.